If you had walked into my bedroom 10 years ago, you would have seen someone desperately trying everything to sleep. The supplements, the sleep gadgets, the very strict routines, biohacks, and I spent over $180,000 trying to fix my insomnia. And today I sleep well, because here's the interesting part. It isn't because I finally found the perfect routine. It's because I stopped thinking of sleep as something I had to force and started learning how to give my body the right signals. So today I wanted to show you exactly what my morning and evening routines actually look like as a sleep coach. First thing, and this is intentional, I don't touch my phone. It's so incredibly easy to fall into that pattern. You open your eyes and your hand is already reaching for it. And the moment you do, you've handed the first moments of your day over to the external world. The notifications, emails, news, before you even had a single moment with yourself. I try to protect the first 20 minutes, just me, before any of that comes in. And before I head outside, I drink about 8 to 16 ounces of water with a bit of electrolytes. It sounds simple, but after an entire night without drinking anything, your body wakes up a little dehydrated. So hydrating first thing is another gentle signal that the day has begun. And we're nourishing the body, supporting our energy, and helping every system start working the way it was designed to. Again, this is all simple, but simple things done consistently are often the ones that matter most. Then I head outside, and well, that's after peeing, but I'll leave that out for you. I bring my yoga mat with me, and this is where my day really begins. Before I, again, check emails, before I start working, before the world starts asking things of me, I just spend a little more time moving my body. Some mornings it's a full yoga flow. Other mornings it's just a few stretches, some deep breathing and standing in the sun. I don't force it. I listen to what my body needs that day. And honestly, this is probably the single most important thing I do for my sleep. Not at night, but right here in the morning. This morning light is one of the most powerful tools we have for regulating our circadian rhythm. When natural light hits your eyes shortly after waking, it tells your brain it's morning. We're on. And it helps anchor your internal clock and starts the timer for melatonin production later that evening. After 14 to 16 hours after this morning light exposure, your body naturally begins preparing for sleep, which means the quality of your sleep tonight is being influenced right now. That's pretty incredible. You'll notice I'm barefoot where I can as well. There's something about direct contact with the earth that genuinely grounds me. Not just as a concept, but as a real felt experience. The research on earthing is real, effects on cortisol, inflammation, nervous system regulation, all that. But beyond the science, it just puts me in my body, in the present, in contact with something that is way bigger and slower and older than my calendar. That perspective matters for sleep and for everything. Then we walk every morning. My dog doesn't really give me a choice here, which is honestly one of the best things about having a dog. The walk happens regardless of how I feel about it. And this walk is meditation for me. I'm not listening to a podcast. I'm not on my phone. I'm just moving through the world, noticing what's around me. The light through the trees, the sound, the feeling of the air on my face. This is connection to nature, and that connection, even brief, even just a neighborhood walk, has a regulatory effect on our nervous system that's hard to overstate. Because we're animals. We are designed to be outside, to feel the sun and wind and earth, and most of us spend majority of our lives cut off from all of that. So even 15 minutes outside in the morning changes the quality of the rest of the day. And the quality of the rest of the day changes the quality of the night. So a lot of people ask whether I fast in the morning, and I actually eat. Intermittent fasting has its place. I'm not against it, but eating early in the day also signals to the body that we are on, we're awake, it's time to be active. And that signal is part of the same circadian rhythm system we've been talking about, this light, movement, and food. So these are all cues that synchronize your internal clock. The more consistent they are, the more smoothly they run the whole system. So normally I go for a fatty, protein-filled breakfast, and I just find that works best for my system, but that's a video for another time. One thing I want to say before we jump into the evening routine is if you've had insomnia for years like I did, please don't watch this thinking, if I just copy Daniel's routine, I'll sleep tonight. That's not what this video is about. These habits help because they're sending healthy signals to a healthy nervous system. And this is what feels nourishing and supportive to me. So
please use this as a guide to find what works best for you. And look, if the nervous system is stuck in a survival mode, that's the work. That is probably the biggest factor for you. And that's actually what I spend the most time on with helping people when they're struggling with sleep in my sleep support community with courses, assessment tools, and live calls with me. The link's in the bio if you're looking for support. These routines support great sleep, but they aren't what really healed me. So let's jump into tonight.
So after doing all my basic evening hygiene stuff, I move into something that may surprise some folks. And I use nose strips and mouth tape. And this is because nasal breathing during sleep is significantly more restorative than mouth breathing. Your nose filters air, humidifies it, regulates airflow in a way that your mouth simply can't. Mouth breathing is associated with worse sleep quality, more waking, and lower oxygen efficiency through the night. And the tape keeps me honest, and the strip opens my airways. Between the two, I breathe through my nose all night and I sleep noticeably better. So if you haven't tried this, it's worth experimenting with. What I would suggest is cutting a small strip where you're not fully covering your mouth, just in case you need to breathe or you do have nasal blockage in the night. So in the evening, I keep lights already pretty dim. And this is really intentional, but light is one of the most powerful signals your body has for regulating your circadian rhythm. So your brain uses light, specifically the spectrum and intensity of it, to determine what time of day it is and whether to produce melatonin or not. And these bright overhead lights and blue lights from screens suppress that melatonin production, which mean your body literally cannot start prepping for sleep the way it's designed to. So this is why I have red light, and this is why my lamp is that, and other places in the house when it comes to evening time. So red and warm dim light in a low spectrum don't have that same effect. And when we switch to that to wind down, for myself at least, it's really changed a lot. No overhead lights, just the lamp, maybe candlelight if I'm really feeling it. And it's one of these more simple changes you can make that has a real physiological effect, as well as like a psychological calm that comes with it. Your body starts to feel the shift before you even go into bed. This one doesn't get talked about much, but air quality, right? I run an air filter in my bedroom every night. The air we breathe while we sleep affects the depth and quality of sleep, particularly for anyone who has any sensitivity or allergies or just living in a city environment. Because clean air means your respiratory system isn't working against you while you're trying to rest, and your body can focus on its energy and recovery rather than filtration. Simple addition makes a difference. At some point in my routine, I love to stretch again, maybe just roll out. And I want to be clear what this is for. It's not exercise. It's not like I'm trying to burn calories or hit a fitness goal. This is about softening the body, nourishing it. And we've been in go mode all day, right? Sitting at our desk, running around, holding tension without realizing it. And the body carries that. And if you just go from that state straight into bed, you're asking a tense body to suddenly relax. So gentle movement gives it a transition. It gives it a physical signal that says we're shifting gears now. We're moving from doing into being. And the nervous system registers that and it starts to settle. Even just 10 minutes. Even just lying on the floor and letting your body decompress, that's enough. So this one's a little personal and maybe a little unexpected from a sleep coach, but most nights I spend some time with music, and I have this practice, and it might be one of the hippiest things about me, but I sing these Sanskrit mantras, not for anyone else, just for myself, as a kind of meditation. They call it kirtan. And here's why this matters for sleep. Most of us spend our entire day in our heads thinking, planning, analyzing, producing. And the evening should be a transition back into the body, back into feeling rather than thinking. And music does that for me. It gets me out of my head and into my heart, and it connects me to something deeper than the to-do list. And that shift from mental to felt is exactly what the nervous system needs before sleep. So find your version of this. It doesn't have to be music. It just has to be something that brings you back to yourself. most nights I'm going to find myself journaling. And this is not like an every night thing, but again, most. And I want to be clear about what journaling is for, at least in the way that I do it. It's not about solving anything. It's not a productivity tool. It's not about planning tomorrow. It's about just noticing what is still there. Because after a full day where we're moving through the world, there's almost always things I haven't been able to fully feel yet or understand, or a worry that got pushed to the side, a conversation I didn't maybe fully land in my body, and I have a low-level hum of something unresolved. And if you don't give these things just even a moment of attention to acknowledge, they can follow us into bed and often surface at 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when the world gets quiet and there's nowhere else to go. So journaling is just something that can take a few minutes of checking in with myself. So what's lingering? What am I carrying? Not to fix it, just to really notice, just to say, I see you, I hear you. Or sometimes we'll deal with this tomorrow, and just acknowledging that. And what's interesting about all this is that just the act of witnessing, even by yourself, even just in writing, it reduces the intensity of whatever it is. It's like a screaming child. The child isn't screaming because something is catastrophic. The child is screaming because it doesn't feel seen. And the moment you sit with it, the moment you actually turn towards it rather than away, it softens, it settles, and it doesn't need to be so loud anymore. And that's what journaling is. It's learning to see yourself from the inside. And that practice over time builds a relationship with yourself that makes the nights much quieter. If I have energy, sometimes I'll read as well. And usually it's a physical book, nothing, stimulating, something that lets my mind wander gently rather than engaging sharply. And if I'm already feeling kind of soft and ready, I'll just lie back and set a loose intention for tomorrow. Not a to-do list, just a feeling. Like, how do I want to show up? What matters most? Something simple that gives the next day a sort of direction without creating pressure tonight. Either way, by this point, the body knows that it's time. So finally, we wrap up with an eye mask and earplugs, and this is every night, because even a small amount of light or a small amount of sound can create some kind of micro arousals through the night that we don't even recognize and create fragmentation in our sleep. So both of these are so inexpensive and genuinely impactful. It's absolutely worth trying for a week if you haven't.
None of what I've showed you today is complicated, and none of it is required to be perfect or complete every single night. What it is consistency, a set of gentle, repeatable signals that tells your body and your nervous system when to wind down and when to wake up, when it's safe to let go and when it's time to come alive. The evening signals, dim light, the clean air, the movement, the journaling, the music, they're not rules. They're a language I'm speaking to my body that says the day is done. You can rest now. In the morning, these signals, the sunlight, movement, nature, food, they're the reply. Okay, I'm ready. Let's go. When you build that conversation with your own body, when you start speaking to it consistently in that way, sleep stops being something you have to fix. It becomes something that just happens, the way it was always designed to. If this was helpful, drop a comment. Let me know which part of the routine you're going to try first. I'd really like to know. And if you want to go deeper, again, the nervous system work, the emotional piece of this, the root cause of why sleep struggles actually happen, that's what I do inside my sleep support community, courses, assessment tools, live calls with me every week. The link's in the description. Rest well, everyone.